amigos, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for joining me here today. Well, it is nearly Valentine's Day and I am feeling all the romantical feelings, all the romantical vibes, and I'm all ready for anything to do with love and romance. I was down at one of my local libraries the other day. I'm actually joined at a few. I like to kind of play them off against each other. And they had a display and it was called Blind Date with a Book. And there were a load of books wrapped up in brown paper, just like this one, with little notes, which is so cute. Can you see the little hearts there? Just adorable, saying basically if they're fiction and non-fiction, and giving a little description of what the book is, and then you take it home and you get a surprise read. So I thought I have got to try this. This is such a lovely idea. So I picked non-fiction because the description is a hug in a book, comforting and transformative. And I thought, how can I not want to read that? So I'm going to open it up in front of you guys, and then the second part of this video is going to be me reading it and what I think of it. So, oh, it's like Christmas. Oh, I think they've even used like the really good quality sellotape, the stuff that's plastic free. I really like that stuff, but it's like 3 or 4 times the price of regular sellotape. But then, do you know what? If my kids didn't waste so much sellotape, I wouldn't need to buy so much of it. Oh, now I recognise, I can't think what it is, but I definitely recognise the bottom of that. There's something familiar about that. Oh right, it is The Comfort Book by Matt Haig. Oh, I'm really excited to read this actually. The only book that I've read by Matt Haig before was The Midnight Library, and I really loved that one. So this is definitely my kind of read. Yeah, and it's still quite chilly here, so I think this is also the kind of book to like curl up with and be comforted. Yeah, so I will let you know what I think of it. Well, I thought it would be a great idea to come outside as it's a fairly dry day and do a little bit of filming out here. But as it happens, it's really cold. There's bird poo on my chair. There's traffic noise, and I can hear there's a rugby game going on the other side of town. The noise is carrying from that. So perhaps this wasn't the best of ideas. So I'm going to make this quick because I really am quite chilly out here. Okay, so yes, The Comfort Book, Matt Haig. I'm going to be honest, I didn't read all of this book, but that isn't because I didn't like it and I didn't think that it was a good book. I began reading it, but it became apparent really quickly that it's one of those books that you kind of read like a page a day, or you kind of flick through and you just pick something. I mean, on the back it says Reflections on Hope, Survival and the Messy Miracle of Being Alive. And in the darkness, even the tiniest fragments of light can shine, capture our attention, and maybe even lead us home. So the idea of this book is for people who are going through a rough time, so that they can either just work their way through it kind of day by day, or you know, like I say, kind of just flick through it and pick something that they think is particularly relevant to them. I think he does actually say, yeah, a note on structure. This book is as messy as life. It has a lot of short chapters and some longer ones. You can read it how you want. You can start at the beginning and end at the end, or you can start at the end and end at the beginning, or you can just dip into it. So it really isn't the kind of book that you just sit down when you fancy having a nice read for a couple of hours, you know, and settling into it. And but I did attempt to do that because I really wanted to read it for you guys so that I could properly say what I thought. The problem is that I think that this would be an incredibly useful book to somebody who needs its help. Matt Haig suffered from depression, well, he still suffers from depression, and he's been very open about that, and he is very open about that in this book. I actually found it very sad to think that somebody has gone through the things that he's gone through, and that there are people who struggle as much as he does. And I have some friends who have mental health problems, and that almost kind of brought their worries to the forefront of my mind, and it actually ended up making me feel really sad, which I'm sure is not the purpose of this book at all. So for a Valentine's Day cheerful read, no, but as a book to either gift yourself if you're having a tough time, or to gift somebody else who could maybe get some use out of it, then I think it's an absolutely wonderful idea. It's beautifully written, what I read, Matt Haig's own words, but also there are quite a few quotations which are really nicely chosen. So yeah, like thoroughly recommended as a book, just not for me and not for a Valentine's Day read. Anyway, I am going to get back inside now because it is so cold out here. Thank you so much for joining me for this fun little video today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you have a lovely Valentine's Day, whatever you're doing. Love yourself, love your partner, love your kids, love your friends, whatever. Just maybe take a little bit of time to think about what means most to you in your life and celebrate that. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to boop that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, if you would like to see more booky and writery content from me, and I will catch you in the next one.